Some people miss the cruciality of ignoring the axiological dimension in theistic cumulative arguments. They implicitly assume that for any given general feature of reality is axiologically irrelevant to making theistic predictions. Thus, you get these probability functions. Probability of O given T and E equals the probability of O given T. Probability of O given T and E is greater than the probability of O given T, and not E being the proposition that the observation has an identifiable positive feature. The issue with leaving this out is that it leaves the reason mysterious as to why some O is likely at all on theism. One could say that O seems epistemically friendly to the hypothesis, or that it's the only logically compatible option. But even in these circumstances, they don't come for free. I can agree with those who leave out E for these reasons, but I can only go so far with them. Eventually, all theists will have to concede that O only obtains by virtue of some axiological connection. Richard Swinburne has what I think is the best formulation of what we ought to expect from God's actions, that his actions will always be directed towards some good and will never act towards some bad. Thus, whatever we identify as the handiwork of God only obtains because God apprehended its goodness. This gives us what I call the axiological relevance thesis, art. Art. For any O, theism predicts O if and only if a relation of axiological relevance connects propositions about theism to propositions about O. What guides our understanding of theistic confirmation is its relevance to axiology. Leaving theistic predictions axiologically irrelevant only serves to harm the theist, not benefit her. One reason why a theist should care about axiological relevance comes from Graham Oppy. Oppy in multiple publications has expressed his doubt in theism's ability to outpace naturalism explanatorily. Oppy notes that for any appeal to God's necessity to explain contingency, such an appeal can be matched by the naturalist, either in the form of a necessary initial physical state or some non-God primitive object, without the need to posit an additional entity beyond what's natural. However, with the help of art, the theist can rival Oppy's counter with an even more theoretically virtuous explanation if they concede its ineliminability. Not only does Oppy not have the ability to parrot this kind of explanation, but this explanation does more to illuminate O's obtaining than Oppy's naturalism does, hereafter O-naturalism. This gives us the comparative statement, probability of O given T and E is greater than the probability of O given O-naturalism. O-naturalism does not have claim to E, since art only holds for theism. Furthermore, theism is always antecedently epistemically friendly towards the existence of value states than O-naturalism, since the kind natural is neutral with respect to value states.